but good morning and welcome to your self-realization. Let's have a gratitude prayer. Mother, Father, God, we give gratitude and thank yous for this day. We ask for your infinite light of protection to be with us and through us wherever we are, so that only the highest and best will occur through our thoughts, words, and actions. And through those thoughts, words, and actions will lead us to a better understanding of our own self. So when we meet those on our path, we have a better understanding of them. We give thanks for this day. Amen.
Amen.
So today, David is going to be talking about the different body representations. And we'll just send it over to you, David.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Now, the importance of this, it's nice to know not only some of the aspects that you're dealing with the effects and everything, is that it will let you know where that person is and what they're dealing with, And every part of our body has some significance to give us direction. Like when I hear someone's going through something, the first thing I ask them, what part of the body does this affect, From there, I get a direction that they can start concentrating on their thoughts, words, and actions that is healthy and everything. And so, anything comes up there in this period of time, you want more information on, shut me up and ask me. Sometimes I don't know how not to be still. Okay, now the body actually has a front and a back. The front is what's going on in your present day life, and the back is what you have gone through. So when you have effects on the back, those are things that you are dealing with that affect the past, and the one in the front is what's going on now. And it's nice to know that your concentration can be where that is, that you don't need to wonder where is this at, everything like this. And so, and the other aspect of the body, is that we have a left and we have a right. And the left is the female aspect, the right is the male aspect. And then you have the inner and outer part of it. And if you have something in your feet area, it's on the outside, outside of the foot, that means that there's people in your life that are affecting you in that aspect. And if you have too many going in that are diseased, it's time to change. And the universe is going to talk to you about that, and then it's up to you to change that. One of the things I found that is very difficult to evolve with is that when you know that people are to be changed in your life and you don't do it because you got personal effects and everything like this, but evolution and development depends on the people that are in your life. They give you a good indication of what you are and what you're going through. And it takes a strong person to change that. And people, places, and things are the three things that we have to control the effects in our life. And so the inner part of the leg is your aspect. The outer are the people who are in your life. And there's something you can do in every part of that. You are responsible for the health of your being and the knowing that you have. So, any questions so far?
So you're saying the outer, if it's on the outside, so to speak, then it's about people. But if it's in inner, I'm a little confused about what Does that mean it's our own emotions or?
it's you that is to change.
Okay,
You know, I'm gonna start with the feet, you know, the feet is basically is the understanding part of our being. If you have effects going on the feet area, then it's your understanding of that person and all the aspects of that person and everything. And like I said, on the outside of the foot, then it's the people in your life that are to change. Because those are the ones that are affecting you. And if it's on the inside of the feet and everything, then it's your aspect of that understanding. If it's on the right side, then it's the male aspect that is to change within you. If it's on the left, it's the female aspect and everything. And when you start understanding, I now draw positive, healthy people in my life. I now find words to say, like when we went through the healing, the three imagination, words, and movement and everything like this is where we are and everything like this, you know. And so concentrate on, if you have something on the inside of your leg, then you say, a couple of years ago, I used to go to Canada for a month to do classes and everything like this. And the first thing that happened to me, I was sitting in a chair and it fell, it broke. And I fell out of the chair, and my left knee on the outside of it was, well, on the inside was affected. So I started to say, I'm now positive in my female flexibility, and I worked on it, and within a day, that was gone.
And that group was all females, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had all females in that group.
Reverend David.
Yes.
So it isn't a physical pain, but I have a physical change that's occurred within the last, I would say, 4 months, where my hands constantly tingle and feel warm constantly. And it's not like a bad feeling. It's more of a loving, gifting feeling.
Who was it?
What was it?
What hand was it?
Both hands.
Both hands?
Yes.
Was it the full hand?
Yes. Especially in the palm. I feel this warmth and this healthy, yummy energy.
Well, when we get to the hands, I'll reinforce it again. But the thing
Okay.
what's happening here is that your understanding of yourself, that you're giving and receiving, is starting to change more, and you're having more circulation in that area, and that's one of the effects you have of self-realization. You are more self-realizing of yourself, and so there's more circulation going in there, and so you'll be able to use the other gifts that you have in that too. So
that's what it feels like, a gift. It doesn't feel like a pain at all.
no, that's something that's opening up within you, and it affects both the male and the female aspect of you. The palms are usually on the inside, you know, so that's your aspect that's changing. And
Very cool.
That's the result of the self-realization class.
Yeah, it started pretty much when I started this class, maybe like a month before that. So I'm on a good path. Thank you for you guys.
Okay, keep it going. Keep it going. And so, the feet. There's a lot of bones in the feet, and there's a tremendous amount of understanding in the feet. You know, and reflexology. You know, when you rub or massage the feet, it goes to all parts of your body, and that's a nice way to get things circulating again and everything too, is to do a reflexology or even rub it yourself. You're the best healer you're going to have, and know that when you're doing that, you doing things. I have this story. I say in my first marriage, my wife was taking putting some groceries away, and a can of beans fell and hit her right foot. And I said, "Uh-oh, she's having a hard time understanding me." Because that's the right side, and we were having a little bit difficult time understanding each other. So and so I just started to send out that I understand and she understands me and everything. And so which your direction is what's going to be helpful for that. And this is what I like about the body representation, is that you have something that directly affects your health, and you have a direction to go in. You know what to say. And the inside of the foot, outside of the foot. If it's the outside of the foot, that's the people that you're in your life. If it's on the inside, that's you. And you can start directing energy to that positive part of you, or the negative part of you. You know, is that your direction is what is the key. And you know, there's a thing in the Bible that says, "Physician, heal thyself." You can heal yourself. And this is how we go healing ourselves, as we're able to take advantage of the knowledge that we have, and put a direction of healing into that. Also, and so with the feet, there's so many directions to go in and everything like this. You know, because there's probably more bones in the feet than there's anywhere else.
Yeah.
So when you're working with your understanding, when you're changing your understanding, that's a major change that you're going to go through. So as we move from to the ankles, that's a flexible joint, and so and it's close to understanding. If you have difficulties going on in the ankles and everything, that's because you're inflexible with your understanding. And if it's on inside, it's you. If it's the outside, it's the understanding of the people that are in your life. You know, and if you have a lot of outside ankles and everything like this, I would suggest changing some of the people in your life. And what happens, you know, when you're in development class and everything, that happens naturally. You'll find that people are in this situation, they will be less in your life, and there'll be other people that come in there that are more harmonious. You know what I mean? And so but right now, you are able to find out. If you take a look at the people that have been in your life for the last 3 months, they're probably different, and there's probably less, and there's more in everything, and they are accordance to what you have developed and changed. So look forward to seeing different people, and when people don't stay in your life, pat yourself on the back as you're moving something and change.
When the first time he ever said that, I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh, I could let go. Yes.
The thing is that you are letting go.
Yeah, all the time, you know.
Yeah. So,
Accepting.
and as you know, as we go up the body from the ankle, when we go to the shins and the calves. Now you see here again. Remember, I started out with the body representation. Is that the past is in the back of the body. So when you have things going on in your calves, that's from your past experiences, and also it's the standard of living that you have. If you have things going in the lower, the calves, or even the shins, know that there's something in your standard of living that you're not living up to, And all you gotta do is say, I am now living my standard and everything, and you get ideas on what it is. Everyone has their own standard to live by. And it's up to them to fulfill that and everything. And so, and you notice that in the calf, there's more meat in the calves than are on the shins, aren't there? So that tells you more going on in your past than in the future, in the now and everything. And in the back, we carry things, you know, and if you have things going in the calves and everything like this, if it's going on there, just say that you are now, I am fully and freely releasing that and loosen myself to my good. I say that affirmation every day. I fully and freely forgive myself and I loose myself to my good. That LOOSE is the key. And so that I don't want to be tight and my goodness. I want to be loose with it. And every time I feel that I've been hurt or anything like this, I know that somewhere along the line I've done the same thing to somebody else. And so instead of trying to figure out who it is, I just go to the mirror and start saying I fully forgive myself and loose myself to my good. That's taking responsibility for your life. And you'd be amazed how much peace that is being ignited when that happens. But then you don't have to figure out who it is. You're the best person you'll ever know. And so when you talk to yourself, be kind to yourself. Now, from the shins and the calves, we go to the one of the major parts of flexibility, and that's your knees. The flexibility that is in there, you know, if you have issues with the knees, here it is. If it's on the outside of the knee, that's the people in your life. If it's on the inside of your knee, that's you. That's your flexibility, and that's you to change. And all you gotta do is say, I am now male flexible. I am now female flexible. And so it's important for you to know that this flexibility is you, and the people that come in your life affect you on that. If you want to know what to change in your life, if there's a lot of effects on the outside of your life, then that's the people that are in your life that you concentrate. And don't concentrate and say, well, prioritize it. Don't. Just say, I am now releasing these individuals and I'm replacing them with happiness, health, and wealth. And you'll start seeing things change. And it's a real silent energy that's being done. The flexibility, you know, is an interesting phenomenon.
His knees dealing with stubbornness on the inside, you know, for ourselves, stubbornness or being too much pride. Wasn't that what that was? The inside of the knee for the person themselves not being flexible with another being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also with themselves.
With themselves. On the inside.
And that's what happened to me in Canada. I started saying, I'm flexible with my female aspect.
Uh-huh.
And an interesting thing happened then. I was doing classes up there, and those classes started to change. People's changed with it, and their flexibility was much more looser and much more acceptable.
Yeah.
This what we're doing right now will affect your life, and it gives you in a direction that you can be in command of, and you can lead them. So anything else on the knees? If you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. Now the next part of the body is the thighs, and you know I have found that the thighs and everything is if you see people that got heavy thighs, you know, I'd be careful around them because they're a time bomb. And the irritations that they have in their life is held in the thighs. You know, and if you see people with heavy thighs and everything, just be a little bit kinder. And it's probably a good idea for you to be kind to yourself anyways, and everything. And so, but if you have issues in your thighs, it's the irritations that are going on in your life. And sometimes they're hidden, and you know, and we get up closer to this and everything, and you know that you see a lot of women have heavy thighs, and you know one of the reasons that is because they're being forced to do things that they really and truly resent doing. They have a role to live in, and they never question that, but they really have a desire to do something else. And remember, desire is a worthy destination. We go along and do that, you know. So I'm going to jump a little bit ahead with the hips and everything like this. You see, a lot of older women break their hips, don't they? And if they are in that case, then they have done a lot of things in their life that they really and truly desire to do something else. And they're not living their life with their potential. You know, so if you see people with hips and everything, you want to be kind to them, encourage them to do some things that are more spiritual and more realizing for you. And if you find issues with your hips, I would definitely sit down and see what you could change in your life. Because there's things you are doing that you really and truly don't desire to do. And desire is a strong word to use because it's a worthy destination. That's what desire means. It's a worthy destination. And you are worthy in the destination that you're going to. And if you're not doing a worthy destination, it'll let you know through the effects of that part of the body. And so start taking a look at what you're doing and start making changes. Make a list of things to change that are your way of doing things. And you know, we're not taught to do things our way. We're taught to do other people's way. But I'm telling you that the best step of your freedom is to do things your way. Because there's a lot of knowledge in there that is not being activated. So know that you have a tremendous amount of knowledge that's going to be there, and there's you know, part of our development psychically is intuition, and intuition is following your hunches and everything. And when you follow your hunches, you're using your psychic ability. And most people look at you a little strange when you tell them that you're following your intuition. You know, when I came out here in 1970, people said, "Where are you running from?" I said, "I'm not running to anything. I'm running to." And I changed. I found out to change things because they were thinking I was running away, and I told them I was running to. And that's a difference. And there's a different atmosphere too. So. It's good to write down what's going on in your life, and everything that you write down, you're going to get some kind of effect with that. And people, places, and things in your life are who you are. So know that you have ability to change that. So and another thing with the hips and everything like this. That represents moving forward, you know, and there's a lot of information that you have in the silence now that will let you know that you have a different thing to do than most people. And so to move forward is to be different than what people are. So don't be afraid to move forward and do things differently. Because being differently is moving forward. And you're always going to move, you know. Well, you know what tells us we're moving forward? Well, where's your face?
Forward.
You're always going to be looking forward, and you're always telling you what to do. The body is an example of you, and there's so much to learn about ourselves, you know. And, this is why we suggest you go into the silence in each day. I tell people that spend at least 5 minutes each day being quiet with yourself. You don't have to go a half hour, an hour, or anything like that. You can work yourself up to that, and you will be much more better that way. But there's so much things in the silence that will let you know what's going on and the effects that you have. To get in touch with your body is to be still. I read this notation by a person from Unity. He said, go to certain parts of your body and ask your body, how are you doing? And you'll get a response from there. I started out saying, okay, shoulder, tell me what's going on. And you'll be honest, the things that I was getting was really kind of, I thought were kind of screwy, but they were right and everything. The shoulders, when I get up there, that's the responsibilities and everything like this. I was finding out that I wasn't doing a lot of my responsibilities. And so that helped me make the change in my life to start doing the responsibilities of myself, to evolve and everything like that. So moving forward is part of that, you know, and we from the hips we go to the base of the spine, and you know, in the base of the spine is the gateway to your soul. If you want to know where you have been, concentrate on asking the soul, that part of the body, and the effects that you have, and I let you know where it, because you're going up the spine now. That's in the back, isn't it? So it's going to tell you where you've been, and the effects that you have in there to tell you what experiences that you have, and so it takes a strong person to accept that you're past, and there's so many things in our past that have led to misunderstanding, standing, and everything like this, and to mistakes. And you can attribute a lot of your mistakes to your past actions, and when you have the effects clearly in there, you'll find out what they are, and you'll be able to move with that better. And everything, and also the lower back and everything. I guess this is where a lot of financial burdens are. You know, you carry them. And if you have burdens in the financial area, there are energies within you to let you know how to ease that up. You know, I remember a story. I just got out. I was working in this machine shop after I got out of the service, and I've been doing it for about 14 months, and you know, and I was really discouraged with them. They were not treating me right and everything like this, you know, and so I started putting out applications for other places, and Friday I went to work one time, and they usually go on availability for working overtime, and they skip me. And I said, well, I'm not going to take this anymore. So I went up to the farm and said, I quit. I was staying at home, and when I got home, my mother said, you got a telegraph from Carrier Corporation to start work Monday. That really helped my situation and everything, and I felt so much better, and I wasn't even doing the works here. So you know, these laws have been working all your life, and you find that you've had these experiences all your life too, and everything. So the experiences that you have are within you, and that's another good reason to spend 5 minutes with yourself each day, is to get in touch with the feelings that you have. Because those feelings are responses to actions that you had and the past that you had. Now, another thing with the spine, you know, is that is a very valuable asset to be aware of, because the life force moves up and down the spine, and there's also, you know, the back, you know, that's the past. That's where we carry everything, and it's good to have a good indication and an understanding of the past, because that's where a lot of our releasing comes from. If you want to release something, we just don't want to release it if we don't know what we're releasing. If you know what you're releasing, then you're going to be much more freer to replace it with what you. If you we're going to replace fear, you're not going to concentrate on fear. You're going to be concentrating on support, and things that are positive and everything. And so the spine is an indicator, and also up the spine, you know, the life force moves up and down the cord, and also is that the ability to go into the past is such an asset to have, because it lets you know where you've been. And when I have something happen to me that's not too pleasant, and I don't try to say, well, who's responsible for that? I find out, well, somewhere along the line, I was doing that, and I get quiet and ask myself to tell me where it was, and I would get some kind of situation that sometimes didn't make any sense, but that's where it was. It was in that place, and then I get more familiar with that energy and everything, and then I have something to replace. So every experience that you have in your life, you can change the attitude, and that's part of our development. So going up the spine. Now, when we want to go to the shoulders, you know, the shoulders are an example of responsibilities. You know, people having a difficult time with their shoulders, that they're probably doing other people's responsibilities and taking energies away from them so they don't do it. You know, it's an asset to let people take care of their own responsibilities, and after they do that, they find out that they can do it. They're a much more clear and clever instrument. You know, and then you got the male and the female on there too. You know, if you have one shoulder that's affecting the other, then that is the male or female responsibilities that you're probably trying to do.
Or both.
Right, or both, yeah. And so we want to be able to free ourselves from that, you know. And when you have a clear understanding of yourself, and you know, it's difficult to change responsibilities, because we're taught to do it. You know, we're taught to be a dysfunctional person and everything. And doing other people's responsibility is a dysfunction. And what I started doing when I was trying to learn this and everything, that saying, can I do this, or does someone else have a better way of doing it? You know, and I found out that a lot of people had a better way of doing it than I was doing it. So I started letting them do that, and I encouraged them to do it. So once a person knows that they can handle things and do them at a way that's different and is just as proficient, they're much better off, and they're much more healthier and everything. I have a responsibility of taking care of myself, and I encourage other people to do that too. When I go through my healing meditation, I point that out, that the shoulders represent responsibilities, and I'm aware that I'm taking care of my responsibilities, and I allow other people to do their responsibilities, and that's a big freeing on my part.
David, when you're having a person that's handicapped in your presence,
Yes.
I find that you allow them to, open their door,
Mhm.
get in their seat, those kinds of things. The chapel commonly, as a group, you would see someone automatically go and jump and try to
Yeah,
assist someone. And what do you tell them?
let them do it.
Let them do it. Let them do
They're
it.
capable, and they're capable of doing that.
That's why they're coming there,
Yeah.
like they know that they have that capability to get there, to sit down, to do all those things. But we, as a dysfunctional, what you're talking about as a dysfunctional group, because
Mhm.
that's what we do. We help, right? We're like, oh, and that was so for me when he said that to everyone as a group, because he's like, no, stop, let him do, or let that person do what they do. We were like, what do you mean? Like, that's, even I was like, kind of like, well, but that's being the kindness of our heart to help them. And that was it, this is the teachings of, helping self. And so that was kind of,
And if you take a look at that person when you say that, there's a brightness to that person.
uh-huh.
They really enjoy, there's part of them that says yes. They're able to do that, and you're giving them the opportunity to be healthy. And even though they may not be physically healthy as you are,
Yeah.
but mentally they're healthy. And that's a start of healing anyways. All healing is mentally instituted. So,
It's funny you're talking about helping others, because my spouse, he was at the grocery store and there was an elderly woman trying to reach the top shelf for an item, and obviously her arms couldn't stretch up to get the item that she was trying to get. So out of love, he got the item for her and handed it to her, and she's like, "What did you do that for?" In a very negative connotation. And so he's like, "Okay," and he put it back up and walked away.
good for him.
And it doesn't, I mean, we could always be kind, right?
Yeah.
We could be kind and say, hi, it's so good to see you, or, whichever, but don't take it away, basically. Don't take away their getting healthy, right? I mean,
Well, next week we'll start from the shoulders.
okay, yeah, we have quite a bit
We have
still.
quite a bit of information today.
Yeah.
Anything that comes to mind right now that you want to be clear about, when we have our meditation, you'll get more information. So is there anything out that you want to be more clear on?
I think you did a great job. I mean, I'm amazed.
Yeah, I'm very clear. I guess my only question is, obviously, if I work out, I run, and I hike and I yoga every day almost. And of course, when you run, you're going to have achy calves from running. But I know that's a product of exercise, not a product of external. Correct?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
You don't get in shape if you don't go through the pain there.
Yeah.
That's right.
I remember the first 2 weeks of football practice when I was in high school. I walked like an old man. And then 3 weeks later, I was really rolling along real nice, So
Conditioning.
conditioning
You
is
build up those muscles.
Yeah. There's this document that we usually hand out when we have people in class. So I'll forward that off again, like an email. Did you guys like that when I sent over the other? I can't think of what it was that I sent.
Yes, the breath work.
Yeah, breath
Yeah,
work.
thank you for that.
Very
Yes,
helpful.
very
Yeah.
helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send that over.
Thank you.
what I like about the body representation is that when I meet somebody for the first time, if they have an effect that I know what's going on in their life.
Yeah.
And I usually ask them what part of the body, and there's always a direction that I can give them doing that. And it's usually that their eyes brighten up and say, well, how did you know that?
It's very common that this happens. Anyone that we see, well, where is it at? Where's the location? You know, and you say something and they're like, you know, I mean, just even you talking about, you know, the shoulders, it was like, yeah, I do have something going on with both parents. Yes. And then the current, yes. You know? Yeah.
It's interesting that parents bring in responsibilities, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you feel, you know, that
Yeah.
you're responsible for them because they, you know, it's that whole, you know,
And-
dysfunctional
And they were the one that taught you responsibilities.
and the dysfunction, yes. At any rate, you want me to do the meditation?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you for all that information. It's
You're
really good stuff. I love going back to it every time and going over it over and over. All right, so we'll get nice and comfortable in our chairs and close our eyes. Let us concentrate on our breath. As this breath moves through the nostrils, it relaxes each muscle, nerve, and vessel in our being. This breath is what sustains you. It is the breath of life. Feel the relaxation that this breath brings to your being. As this relaxation moves gently in and around each part of your being, it turns into something very beautiful called love. You recognize this love as being alive and active with each breath. Just relax and recognize. As you exhale, you release physical toxins and negative attitudes you have toward yourself and all people concerned. Relax, recognize, and release. As you're releasing the toxins and attitudes, they're being dispersed into the I am. Gently allow this breath to settle into the feet area. This is the understanding part of our being. And as you understand yourself clearly, then you understand the world that you move in. Just relax, recognize, and release. Feel all tension, nervousness, and frustration leave as this breath moves to the ankles and up the legs, feeling all agitations and irritations being dissolved. Relax, recognize, and release. As this breath moves to the hip area, relax and release that which does not belong to you. The hip represents independent movement. You are now free to move in life and free to be you. Very gently, allow this breath to move to the base of the spine and the small of the back. Allow the breath to stay here a few moments. This breath becomes stronger and stronger, for this is the strength area. Strength is confidence, security, and firmness. Now allow the breath to move up the spine. As this breath touches all vertebrae, muscles, and nerves, you feel enlightened, giving up the burdens that do not belong to you and taking care of what does belong to you. As this breath moves up the spine, you feel confident, secure, and firm. Relax, recognize, and release that which does not belong to you. As this breath touches the shoulders, feel all tension, nervousness, and frustration leaving. The shoulders represent responsibility in life, and know with each breath that you are doing your responsibility in life with freedom and ease. You also allow all other people to do their responsibilities with the same freedom and ease. Allowing this breath now to move down the arms, relaxing, recognizing, and releasing, reaching the hands. The hands are the giving and receiving part of our being. We give to receive and receive to give. As this breath is in the hands area, feel the breath that is between your hands and how good this breath feels. This goodness is you. You are extremely good. Take this goodness that is you and place it in the lower abdomen area. The greatest gift of all lies here, life. You are full of life, and life is full of you. Life is happiness, health, and wealth. You eliminate all that hinders you from life, and you put order into your life. Order is the adjusting of all mind powers, moving in a harmonious manner for life. Very gently now, allow this breath to move to the stomach area. The stomach is the judgment area. Let us fully and freely release all mistakes and judgments that have been led to mistake in action. Replace with correct judgments that lead to correct action. Relax, recognize, and release. Feel all tension, nervousness, and frustration leaving, allowing this breath to move to the heart area. The heart is the love area of our being, and with each beat of the heart, love moves to each part of our body. We radiate this love, and wherever we go, this radiance is felt, and the universe gives back to you that radiance. Relaxing, recognizing, and releasing that which does not belong to you. Very gently, allowing this breath to move to the throat area. The throat is the power area in life, and you are in command of your life. You are at ease with that command. Relax, recognize, and release that which does not belong to you. Very gently allowing this breath to move to the back of the head, to the very crown of your head. From the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, you are relaxing, recognizing, and releasing. As you're in this relaxed state, think, feel, or see yourself walking down a path. You feel the path beneath your feet. You notice the green grass that lines this path. You notice the sun twinkling through the trees that also line this path. As you walk down the path, there's a gentle breeze that touches your body. This is the breath of life. It allows you to take the next step in knowing yourself. As you walk down the path, there's a clearing in front of you. As you walk into the clearing, the softness of the grass touches your feet. Knowing that you are very protected, you walk into the clearing. There's a body of water that is crystal clear and warm to your touch. There are paths that lead away from the clearing. As you walk to the body of water, if you choose to go into the water, submerging completely in the water, breathing freely and all organs functioning properly, know that you are very protected. If you choose to lay beside the water, absorbing the four elements, the sun, water, air, and earth, or you may choose to explore the paths. Feel free to do so and enjoy. remembering all that you have seen, sensed, felt, or heard, and feeling very refreshed and keen. You notice your healing clarity from your healing circle. You notice that every one of us surround the healing circle, and then you notice we become one healing breath. One healing breath. We direct this healing breath to the healing box, and for all the souls made and have made transition, all the institutes of health that state that peace is the journey and destination, all the winds and the rain, the snows, the movement of the earth, the fires, that they are all protected and healed. As you're aware of your healing presence, and as you move toward your path, you notice anything changed, moved, or taken away. And when you're on your path, your mental and physical consciousness becomes aware, remembering all that you've seen, felt, and heard, and feeling very refreshed, alert, and keen. When your mental and physical consciousness is fully aware, open your eyes. Aha, welcome back.
Yeah.
So, Casey, how did you do on your self-realization meditation?
I, first time ever, decided to lay near this body of water and just look up into the sky. And I saw the sun. And then I saw like what I thought was a cloud block the sun. But then this figure started coming toward me as I'm laying down, and it was glowing. It was an angel, and it was Archangel Michael. And he just started to sit next to my body, who's still laying down. I just felt immense love from him. And he was gently touching my forehead like you would to a baby that you love. And he would touch my arms, my hands, and my heart. And he's like, is there anything you'd like to ask? And I said, what is the meaning of life? And he said, it's very simple, just love. And then I said, is there a message I should send to others? He said, every day be playful and merriment, or whatever. I couldn't, yeah, that's what it felt like he said. Then I asked for a hug, and I just felt like I was engulfed in this golden shell that was this all-encompassing light throughout all my body, and my hands started tingling really hard, and my physical body, I was tearing up a lot. And I said, I have a friend, Lady J. Can you please make her path simple for this home? And he's like, it will be done. And then I got up, woke up, or walked out of the path. I'm giving you lots of love, Lady J.
Thank you.
At
Of
first,
course.
at first I didn't hear what you were saying, and then I caught on to the Lady J, and thank you.
Yeah.
So Archangel Michael, I have I'm a angel fan by name. My mom, she's like, I called you that name for a reason. So then I ended up, collecting, and everything that I have is about angels. And I have this Archangel Michael, actually 2 statues of him. And I really, when I hear the word, I automatically go to the impression of what I have. That's that protection with the shield, and he's very fierce on the outside, but so much love, and so it's like there's somewhere along the lines that there's a picture of a heart with the shield. There's a shield, and I'm trying to think of what symbolism there is to that, and that you're protecting your heart, but yet you want to be open to be able to thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I was born with the middle name Michael. I don't know if that was a coincidence or not, but that seems to be the angel that comes to me a lot. Who love.
Thank you. Lady J, how did you do?
Well, I decided to go into the water.
Uh-huh.
And at first I had a lot of trouble with the breathing. You know, I completely submerged, and then I kind of blanked out for a little bit, and um, then I when I came back, I kind of had the feeling that the water in my body was normalizing. So I felt really good about that.
Mhm.
So I feel like my lungs are going back to their normal functioning and fully efficient.
And if you think of the elements, we're actually in water now. So we went from, the lung area now to the kidney area. So that's kind of interesting too. If you think of it in another term, like say a Qigong term or something like that, we've moved away from lungs. So that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Reverend David, how did you do?
Pretty good. It's nice to go through the representation again.
Doesn't it?
Actually, finding out some of the things that still are going on. We always find out about ourselves.
Yeah.
And
I'm moving this closer so they can hear you a little bit more. She's going like that.
Yeah, I can't hear.
Oh, okay.
that's okay. So, I just keep on finding things that I already know, but there's more to it than when I met with them before. So it don't ever let me say I do not have anything to do. There's always something to do. And
Forever.
this class sort of represents that. Finds out where I am, what am I doing, what's going to concentrate on.
Mm-hmm.
I thank for that. Okay.
I feel like every time we do this, body representation, we're always in learning, as you said, and we're always doing these things, but it's like a reminder of, it's like a reboot, it's going, talk to your cells, talk to your body, love your body, communicate. And it's, you immediately are there in the intention when it's spoke, when he's talking about, communication, when he was discussing how he would talk to his parts. And it's true, I do find myself doing that kind of thing too, periodically. But when we're in this, it's like, okay, what's going on there? And you go there and you just talk, and it really starts to heal that space, because you really, it's time to let go of certain things and replace them. So thank you.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next week we'll continue on and
Yeah.
do the rest of the body.
Right.
And I'll send those off to you guys so you can see it. You can visually see what we're communicating there. So
Cool.
okay, so we'll do our gratitude and protection as we move on our path. Mother, Father, God, we give gratitude and thank yous for this day. We ask for your infinite light of protection to be with us and through us as we go on our path. So when we meet those in the passage, we share the love that is so abundant. We give thanks for this day. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good week, everybody.
You too. Enjoy the rest.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. Love you all.
Love you too.